Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I'm the Smithie and today we're going to be looking at Darth Sidious. And not only Darth Sidious, we're going to be looking at his Zeta abilities, his utility in the game, his potential, and what he means to you. This is the third video in this current series. Previously I've looked into both Captain Phasma and Darth Maul's Zeta leadership. So we're going to go over his abilities and I'm going to give you my opinion on them. Darth Sidious has a basic called Deathstroke. Once it's been Omega to level 8, it deals physical damage to the target enemy and inflicts healing immunity for 3 turns with a 50% chance, and this is doubled if the target is debuffed, so that would take it to a 100% chance to ignore the opponent's defense. The healing immunity buff was slightly changed. It used to only affect characters that needed to heal. It now also affects characters that need that protection regain. There is a very big and long list of characters that healing immunity affects, but we're going to just discuss some of the main ones right now. One of the most talked about Zetas to face is a Zeta Virus. What she pretty much does is heal the team based on a unique when they are critically hit. That will not happen anymore as long as they've got healing immunity, making her ability void. There is currently a growing amount of protection regain from Zetas like JeA Kylo Ren, Boba Fett, an entire clone squad, Director Krennic, and Count Dooku. Healing immunity will directly affect all them characters I have just mentioned. They will not be able to regain any protection as long as they have an healing immunity buff applied to them. Healing immunity should also affect the Darth Nihilus leadership. Currently, this debuff is the only debuff that affects protection regain, making any character that can apply this debuff very valuable within this game. Also on Darth Sidious's basic attack, he can also ignore the opponent's defense. This is going to allow him to hit a little bit harder on his basic attack. Darth Sidious has one special ability and this is called Demoralizing Blows. This attack deals physical damage to all enemies and inflicts damage over time and expose for 2 turns. This attack inflicts 2 additional damage over time effects on a critical hit. I do have to say that I do love this special ability and I love the animation. I think it is so cool. It completely takes me back to where Darth Sidious faced both Darth Maul and Savage Opress in the Clone Wars. That was an awesome episode. This special ability does exactly what it says, but I'm going to come back to this special ability once we start discussing what teams Darth Sidious can go into. Darth Sidious's leader ability is called Unlimited Power, where all allies gain 15% critical chance and 30% critical damage. Sith allies gain 2% offense until the end of battle when they score a critical hit. When your Sith characters score a critical hit, they're going to gain that 2% offense per critical hit, and this will continue to stack. Currently in today's arena, I don't really see this leadership being used too much. I can see it being used more at the lower levels or building up levels, but there are much better leaderships out there than Unlimited Power. However, this leadership can be quite good in the AAT raid for anybody that doesn't have a diverse roster. I was able to score around 800,000 in the AAT phase 2, and that would be on heroic, but I'm going to get you some footage of that in the next coming days. We're now going to look at Darth Sidious's Zeta unique, Sadistic Glee. Darth Sidious recovers 20% of his max health and gains 50% turn meter whenever any unit is defeated. In addition, he has a plus 35% evasion against Jedi attacks, plus 50% potency, and gains max health equal to his potency percentage. Excluding the Zeta unique, Darth Sidious at max gear has a 22% potency, so once you do Zeta Darth Sidious, that's going to take him up to a 72% potency. Once Zetaed, his potency can easily be taken over 100%. For an example, if we put 100% potency on Darth Sidious and based it on his max gear, he's going to have 30,026 health. Compared to a non-Zeta max gear Darth Sidious, he is going to have 15,013 health. Having this extra potency isn't going to just increase his health, but it's also going to help land them debuffing attacks that Darth Sidious does. So with all these abilities, where does Darth Sidious fit in within this game? I would say first that he fits right at home in a Darth Vader Zeta leadership. Not only is he quick, he's got 161 speed at max gear, and that is excluding mods. He's able under a Darth Vader Zeta lead to remove turn meter, put them dots down and expose. I do feel heavily that he is best for a Darth Vader Zeta lead, but there is other leaderships that I would advise that you could use him in. A Darth Nihilus leadership sounds great for that max health that he's going to get from the potency, then his protection and his health is then going to get converted into one health pool. The Darth Maul Zeta leadership, I do feel if you were running or planning to run Darth Nihilus, that Darth Sidious Zeta would fit nicely within that group. If you can then, because of his speed, if you did have him to go first, he could then land all them debuffing attacks for Nihilus to follow and use his Drain Force. However, there are big flaws to this approach. If you were to face a Rex lead, you're automatically giving them turn meter from Darth Sidious's critical attacks. And if you were facing another Zeta Maul, even if they dodged, you would be giving them turn meter. I also have a surprising combination that you may not be aware of. Because of demoralizing blows landing that exposed, he would go great under a Zeta Finn leadership. Darth Sidious is faster than Poe Dameron and can land that exposed from his AoE attack to give Resistance Trooper 100% turn meter. Then from there, whenever an enemy takes damage from exposed, it reduces all the cooldowns of resistance allies by 1 and grants them 35% turn meter. This is great for phase 2 of the AAT, where you're not having to rely on doing up your resistance pilot. You could go the route of going Darth Sidious. The ideal team that I would run would be Finn, Poe, Rey, Resistance Trooper and Darth Sidious. I do feel that Darth Sidious is not a universal character and he's more of a support specialist character to go into certain teams to make that huge difference. If new powerful Jedi were to be added to this game or the current Jedi to receive a buff, I do believe that Darth Sidious will still be relevant because he has that plus 35% evasion versus Jedi. In my opinion, I do feel that Darth Sidious can still be used while he is not Zetaed, but you will not get that extra bit of potency, you will not gain that extra bit of health you're going to receive, and you will not get a 100% chance to gain 50% turn meter whenever any unit is defeated. He definitely isn't as universal as Kylo Ren and Boba Fett, he is more of a specialist character for a specialist team. If you are working towards any of the teams that are mentioned in this video, then Darth Sidious is going to be a great fit for you and you're going to gain that real benefit from his Zeta. But if you are not working towards any Sith team, then I would advise to really stay clear of his Zeta because he is not a universal character. If you are not running a Sith team or any plans of running a Sith team, I would advise, if you want that heal immunity, I would advise to go after Kylo Ren and Zeta him. A big massive thank you for all the love and support while I had my second child. He is now home, his name is Grayson, he was 7.6 pounds and he is all safe. About a week ago I put out a survey with a list of characters that you may want to see in the game and asked you to decide which character you'd like to see the most. From the data that I collected, I'm going to make you a top 10 most wanted video. If you would like to take part in future surveys like this, please make sure that you do subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitter at thesmithied. So what is your thoughts today? Have you found this video helpful? Has there been any information in this video that you didn't currently know? What other characters would you like to see added to this series? Let me know in the comments below. If you've liked this video and found it helpful, please make sure to use your force powers to hit that like button. Thank you very much for watching today. I'm the Smithy D, and may the force be with you always.